Hey guys, Zen here, and we now know that Year 7 will launch one of the biggest seasons ever into Rainbow Six Siege with Year 7 Season 4. The scope and the amount of new that's coming in this season is unmatched, and it's been years since a season has been filled to the brim with this much content. But yes, for those of you who haven't kept up, this comes at the cost of a very shallow Year 7 Season 3, and hopefully, other than the new operator, there will be one major change that helps with this. Oregon, Clubhouse, Coastline, Cafe, Oregon, Coastline, Cafe, Oregon, Bank, Oregon, Theme Park, Clubhouse, Oregon. Yeah, map ban is a major update that's looking at Year 7 Season 3, and honestly, it couldn't come fast enough. But Season 4, the final content release before Year 8, is just gigantic. And so in this video, we're going over every single update that's coming with the season. There's also been a leak outlining what the last operator of Year 7 will do, and so we're going deep. Let's get into this. No! Oh. Now guys, that's the kind of clip you just don't miss, and with Outplayed, you never will, because it's an app that runs in the background and will literally record every single kill you get in Rainbow Six Siege and all of your other best moments. Guys, Outplayed is an app in partnership with Overwolf, and it's the perfect all-in-one package to record, edit, and share out all of your best gaming moments. Just click the first link in the description and go download it for free, of course, and set it up exactly how you like. With Rainbow Six Siege, you can have it automatically record your kills, deaths, and even ultra-specific siege events like when the diffuser is planted or disabled. But there's also a list of hundreds of other games that are supported, including Halo Infinite and Apex Legends with full integration. Once you've got the clips you like, you can cut and trim them for that perfect sequence in the editor and then share them out on apps like Discord and YouTube to watch with friends or an audience. I can't tell you how many cracked clips you guys never see simply because I didn't press the record button. It's tragic. And so guys, click the link in the description and download Outplayed for free today. Thanks to Outplayed for sponsoring, and now back to the video. So guys, we are now talking about a season that is crammed full of huge updates on top of another operator, and from what's come out, we'll be seeing some kind of heat vision gadget. Now, of course, we're looking into the future, yes? And deep into the future. So take it with a grain of salt. But once this leak emerged, it spread like wildfire on the internet, and it's been rumored that for Season 4, this next operator will come with a headset that follows the heat traces of enemies. Now, we're still not 100% sure if the Season 3 operator is either an attacker or defender. My vote would be an attacker, because for Year 6 Season 4 and Year 7 Season 1, Ubisoft released a defender. And with Year 7 Season 2, we got an attacker with sense. And so they could follow it up with another attacker and go back to back. But with either side, the Year 7 Season 4 operator is most likely going to be a defender, which means that for the first time ever, there will be a new way to track down attackers. For the life of Siege, there's never really been a way to track attackers. Operators like Alibi and Pulse do a good job at pinging the location of an attacker, and then there's ops like Valkyrie and Echo that supply intel and can get the advantage that way. But a defender that's able to go on the hunt and trace an enemy's whereabouts would be an all-new concept in Siege. Of course, the most similar comparison is Jackal, the attacker. And as we know, Jackal is second up for the most banned attacker behind Thatcher, and so I'd be concerned that just tracking as a whole in Siege is a mechanic that people typically ban out of their games. But Jackal has the C7E and the PDW, two incredibly strong primary weapons, and the rumor is that this new operator would be equipped with the P90. And so unlike Jackal, the firepower output won't be nearly as dominant. Now, since this came up online, a lot of people have been comparing it to Bloodhound's unique ability in Apex Legends. For those that don't know, Bloodhound enters a vision that enables him to highlight an enemy's path. You don't get exact footsteps like you would with Jackal, but you do see the path that leads directly to the source. And so if this is the utility, this is a defender made to roam and be off of the objective, hunting down attackers and where they've been on the map. It is a very powerful gadget, and it'll all come down to the developers understanding why someone like Jackal is always banned and how to keep this new operator balanced with precision to avoid that. Up at number 2 is an update that's flown under the radar for a lot of people, but they'll be introducing the permanent arcade playlist. Now, guys, this has been a long time coming, and since the introduction of the arcade modes in Siege, people have wanted a way to dive in and enjoy these modes really at any time they'd like. As of now, you're forced to wait until an arcade mode is live, like Golden Gun or Attrition, and only for a limited time can you jump in and queue. But with this update, they'll essentially always be available, and the best part is that it'll be a playlist playlist, and so you'll have a pool of players at the ready at all times. Now, it isn't clear if this playlist will rotate out the different arcade modes or if it'll be like one each week, but there will finally be an option for those that want to play these modes or for those that missed them when they were up and want to get involved for the first time. And so for those that missed the old days of when Bandit and Jaeger had the ACOG or want to know what it was like to play on the original Hereford base, then this means you will now always have access to the Legacy mode in Siege. It's a celebration of how Siege started, and so you get the old school loadouts of Jaeger, Bandit, and even Ash, back when they all had ACOGs. The glory days, some would say, but it'll finally be possible to live them out permanently when this new update goes live in Season 4. Next up at number 3 is the big one, cross progression. We are now 7 years, going on year 8 here in Rainbow Six Siege, and we will finally be adding in cross progression. Now, if you're someone content playing Siege on the same console you've always played it on, then maybe this isn't as big of a deal, but Rainbow Six Siege is one of the few games that continued its live service in the middle of a new console generation, which means if you were someone who had an Xbox One and then decided to upgrade over to a PS5, you lost everything. And of course, there will always be those who want to play the game on PC, but don't want to start all over and lose out on all their black ice, level progression, and paid for elite skins. It's actually a pretty big deal because the entry level into ranked is now level 50. And so even if you're a veteran PlayStation player, but just got Rainbow Six Siege on PC, you'd have to climb all the way up to level 50 to even enter into ranked. Now, that could actually be a good thing, especially if you're just learning mouse and keyboard on a PC, but it is still something you have to contend with, and it'd be nice if you could just take everything with a unified account and keep all of your progression. In Season 4, that's the plan, but as we mentioned in a previous video, there's now so much stuff packed into this season, there is a chance it doesn't make the cut. And so moving on to number 4 is the reputation system, and guys, we've been talking about this for roughly 2 years at this point. Some of you guys probably haven't even seen some of this footage, but the reputation system will show you, like the individual player, exactly where you stand against the rest of the community. There's 3 tiers. Negative standing, that includes sanctions and messaging that'll tell you how and why you're in this bracket. Neutral, which is fair-minded and balanced gameplay. Then a positive standing, which is the highest, most prestigious tier that will gift you with rewards for being a beam of light in the community. So right now, the reputation system is in a bit of a limbo. On the one hand, it's silently working in the background, tallying up all of the reports and claims set against each player and finding where they fit. But on the other, this entire system is invisible to the player base. So even if you're an amazing player with the attitude to match, you're currently not getting rewarded for it, and you have no clue if you're playing with a lobby full of negative ducks. And this will be another core data point visible for everyone to see. As soon as you bring up someone's player info, you'll see their level, rank, and reputation all at a glance. You'll know immediately if someone is negative, and it'll help fend off toxicity in the game, which is a must, to be totally honest. At number 5 is the brand new map being added to Rainbow Six Siege. So for Year 7 Season 3, there will be a new map added to the ranked map pool, but it will not be a new map. It'll be a map that's been in the game for some time, but just never been in the ranked playlist, or really any other playlist, because it'll be from an event. But this map in Season 4 was initially planned for Season 3 and got pushed, and so the map for the final season will be brand new and from the ground up. It's exciting because the only new map we've seen has been Emerald Plains, and sure, it's a good map, but it is essentially a Bartlett University rework with an all-new aesthetic. The only details we have are a map that will be competitive, because during Year 7 we got a TDM-only map that will never be in a game of ranked or casual because it was custom made for Team Deathmatch. My hope is the Polish map that never made it to the game because of Operation Health. Both Ella and Zofia were supposed to launch in the same season, and with them, an all-new Polish themed map. But because of Operation Health, they scrapped it and released 3 operators each season for the last 2 seasons of Year 2. And so those blueprints could show up, and with how much content is piled high here, it could be the perfect time to revisit them. And finally, at number 6, Rank 2.0. Yet another feature planned for Season 3 pushed to Season 4, and it is really a mammoth update. For one, placement matches are gone. Instead, everyone starts at the bottom and works their way up through the ranks. And no matter what your highest rank is, you'll get every charm through to that point, which means if you reach champion, you get every single ranked charm that season. Next, it'll be more consistent. So ranks will be exactly 100 MMR in difference. No more awkward gaps as you start to climb into higher ranks. It'll be 100 MMR from Bronze 2 to Bronze 1 and from Plat 3 to Plat 2. And then lastly, Rank 2.0 will offer more rewards. Every rank will come with some kind of bonus. Maybe it's a Bravo pack or it could be a card background, but you'll get something for every rank. I think out of everything, this is my most anticipated update because for me, Rainbow Six Siege is ranked, and so this makes every every part of it better. And so I hope even with all of these changes, they're able to bring this one to the live game. And so yeah, Year 7 Season 4 will be a massive, massive season if they pull this off. There have been some big delays, but minus 2 operators, I don't think there's ever been a season doing all of this at once. A brand new map, rank 2.0, cross progression, and an all new operator. It's ambitious, but also a major undertaking and a lot to deliver on right before Year 8 of Rainbow Six Siege. But guys, if you're curious who the worst attackers are in Siege, check out the video to the left. And for the worst defenders, the video on the right might suit you. Hey, I'm out.